The story is obviously St. Peter's to the Elite Eight, but we also need to talk about Jaden Ivey's performance, or lack thereof, in this game against a team that is definitely less talented than him, that should not be able to contain him as well. Ivey finished with just 9 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 6 turnovers, and 4 from 12 from the field, in a game where he needed to be aggressive. His team needed him to be assertive and look for his shot, and he did a little bit more later in the game. This was probably the biggest shot of the game for him, no question. 10 seconds to give his team another chance. But it just did not look like he was in attack mode today. He looked lackadaisical. He looked like he was relaxed. He looks like he didn't want to be there. At times this year, the criticism has been that he's just looked really relaxed, and to a fault. Like he's not really locked in, like he's not focused. And he was kind of squashing that narrative going into tonight. He really was. He had been on a good streak. He was trending upward. But then tonight, his final game of his college career, he just did not look completely locked in. And that's disappointing to see because he was trending upward. And that's not to say that this is not the end-all, be-all, of course. But this is not the last thing you want to show scouts. Quite loose with the ball tonight. Again, just did not look like the focus was all the way there. Some bad turnovers, dribbling himself into trouble, and then fouling here. Thought there was a big lack of focus on his passes, kind of just throwing them up. This happened a couple times. Again, like I said, a bit loose with the ball. Here, this is just an unforced error. Dribbles the ball out of bounds. His body language lacked at times in this game. Stuff you don't want to see, but I do appreciate how upset he is because, you know, it shows that he's competitive, right? I do appreciate the competitive edge, but body language lacked a bit at times tonight. Another big criticism he's had this year is his lack of an in-between game. Seen again tonight, just not super comfortable in the mid-range. Another example here, just leaving his feet without a plan, nowhere really to go, turnover. A couple of times the shots there, he just does not have the touch or feel in the mid-range yet. Again, just not totally locked in. To add into the lack of focus theme is just some questionable shots. Tough shots, shots that he can make, shots that he can definitely make and he'll make in the NBA, but shots that just weren't needed. Right, in a game where every possession matters and where shot selection really matters, just some shots that just weren't needed. Like early in the shot clock, contested 3, step back. Like again, he can make it, but is it needed? Despite all of this, I thought a bright spot was that he's continuing to see that he's at his best when he can drive, penetrate, create for himself or others. This has been a work in progress throughout the year, but I would say that I'm confident in saying that he's more consistently finding the open guy off a drive. Shot doesn't go down, but good read. Another good decision here, nothing in the paint, patient, kicks out, 3, just doesn't fall. Still very high on Ivey, but just not the way you want to go out.